All right, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Tuesday. Hopefully, everybody is doing well. Good morning, Renzo. Good morning, guys. So we have news in what here? 7 minutes, 6 minutes now. So we'll wait on that. I am thinking I don't see a setup right now anyway. Now let's do a quick little top-down analyses. So let's go. Well, we'll use this chart over here. Let's start out at let's look at the weekly first. So we see this weekly pulling back strong right now. What we've seen so far is price take out previous weekly high, and it did it. We talked about how it could reach for that in the PM session on ES as well, right? We said if price was going to go higher, it's probably going to be because ES wants to go take out previous weekly high, and that's what it did. So once price took out previous weekly high on ES, things really sold off. There, I believe, was an SMT as well between the two at that point. And then, yeah, we see price selling off strong at that point. So let's drop down here to the daily time frame. And all I have marked out here for right now is the daily order block, which is this candle here. This is the last down close candle that sent price to new all-time highs yet again. So would like to see price tap into that. We did sweep this previous daily low from Friday's daily candle already. So maybe isn't totally necessary. We'll see. This would kind of be a nice little extra confluence there. Daily order block marked out. Also have marked out the consequent encroachment and just high and low of the opening range gap. If I toggle on regular trading hours, then you guys will see that we got a big opening range gap right up here. And if you kind of extend that across, obviously these are a lot of, smaller 15-minute candles. Most likely is, I believe, probably one big imbalance on higher time frames. Yeah, like this 4-hour. So you kind of got a BPR in that respect going on right now. I would like to lean a little bit more bullish since we've had such a big sell-off in the overnight session here. Let's go ahead and toggle on these kill zones just to look at some things. So overnight, we just saw Asia accumulate, London sell-off, and so far an AM sell-off as well. News in 4 minutes. So I would like to lean a little bit more bullish. I do want to be patient. Big overnight moves has also been one of the indicators for more of a rangy beginning of AM session. So if we must sit here for the first silver bullet hour without doing anything, that might have to be the case. But generally, we end up getting a move on those days later in the AM session, maybe sometimes even closer to lunch. Maybe this news will send Bitcoin over the top too. Bitcoin is struggling right now. We got a lot of equal highs built up here though now. It's only a matter of time. NQ is pushing up right now on this current 5-minute candle after the news. Still only a minute or two in. Let's see if there's any SMT with ES forming. Oh, great. I missed it. Well, congratulations, anybody that holds crypto. That's sick. See, now we have a little bit of SMT with these highs at bearish SMT. You got ES putting in a higher high here. Oops, sorry. And then NQ putting in, for the moment, yes, relative equal highs, but a lower high. I'm assuming this is hitting. Yeah, so you already got ES tapping into the opening range gap. So I'm just going to stay patient, guys. Stay patient. Would have been open to getting long maybe from this gap here if there was SMT at the lows. But I'm afraid that's not the case. Oh, wow, Bitcoin just dumped. Oh my god, that'd be something if we swept the high and just absolutely tanked. I mean, it would make sense to us as ICT traders, but that's funny. All right. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we can kind of taper this fair value gap for right now. Like I said, not taking it because we have SMT at the highs here. We did not manipulate, in my opinion, at the lows the way we would have wanted to see. So I feel like this is low probability. I feel like it's likely to fail. That's why I'm not taking the trade, but we can still watch it and just see what happens. So far, just like a hot knife through butter. And then just for back testing, learning purposes, we spotted this in real time The reason we didn't take it is because we had a little bit more. We wanted to lean a little more bullish. But this could have been a soup. This could have been a soup entry for a short. You know, if you saw this and then you see this like instant reaction down, could have just hopped in short. Pretty aggressive though, if one was to do that. And you can see, we've talked about this conversation a couple times, but you can see how turtle soup is just so much more difficult because, like, you're really, yes, we saw it, we noticed it, but like then you still have to like make the decision like, oh, I'm gonna put risk on and put a trade on, and expect price not to come any higher, and take away the SMT. And you could just see how you're more prone to losing with turtle soup only. You get great risk reward, but you're more prone to losing. There we go. All right, sweet. Finally working down into the daily order block. All right, here's the daily order block for the record, guys. So let's see if this brings any sort of sensitive reaction. I mean, if not, the clear draw obviously becomes this low. It's a daily low tucked into a daily fair value gap. Let's see. I think the weekly. I think that's also the previous weekly low, you know? Previous weekly low. Mark it out. I think it is, though. Yes, it is. Heck yeah. If we end up getting a short opportunity at any point, that'll be what we're aiming for. It's all the way down at 826. I'm just saying all this at a time because, like, if there's no, I don't know, if this bounces quickly and like strongly, sharply moves up from here, I want to stay bullish. Keep our bias from the daily order block. And only flip the bias to short. I guess essentially if we do a little accumulating and or this really starts to hold and look like we're displacing lower. Fair value gap. Here's the very low of this whole breaker. Keep an eye on dollar. Yeah, so dollar is bouncing a little bit from that low being taken out, which makes sense why NQ is still selling off. Looks like we did hit a 15-minute bearish fair value gap here on NQ as well with that news. You know, you got to think of all the PD arrays that have failed so far today on the way down here. We talked yesterday how we wanted to see price most likely print a daily fair value gap, right? We talked about this at the beginning of the session yesterday. We're like, okay, it'll probably be a little bit rangier today. If anything, you know, ES might work higher to grab the previous weekly high on its chart. And in all things considered, that would probably make NQ form this daily fair value gap, right? And it did. Now, think of what's happening so far today. So far today, price is just running this daily fair value gap. No respect. Currently just obliterating this daily order block. All in one go. So that's why we had the slightly bullish bias coming into the hour and coming into the news and the macro. But you can still see like how the macro formed the next move for this hour, which currently is looking bearish. And that was in the macro, which started 9:50 Eastern to 10:10, which now it's done. But you just look what happened. Did we manipulate in the macro? Yes. The manipulation is this SMT here, with this high being taken out on a yes. So, aka this high has been mitigated. And then it set up the next move, which is to the downside. And then once we immediately got to the order block, I'm like, okay, are we going to respect it and have a sharp move back up? So far, no. Quite the opposite. We just chopped a little bit, and now we're just sending it lower yet again. But the PD array that sticks out the most to me is still up here, right? We've got this, use any time frame you want, I suppose. Whether it's the 1 minute, the 2 minute, 3 minute, and then all the way up to the 5, you got a fair value gap with an order block. Like, I really wouldn't be too interested in trying to get in, chase the trade down here or anything like that, because I would like this if we're going to attempt shorts since it's there. So, looking like we're probably going to end up waiting on this. It is pretty big. It's not what she said. Might get left behind, but it could go 5-minute OB. And I would just do like stop at most like just above, I guess just above 50%, like minimum above 50% of the order block. Like maybe just an even 25. I like that. So I'm going to set this limit for now, guys. I'm going to go from entry off the 5-minute chart, 5-minute order block and fair value gap. So we'll just set that bad boy there. Risk 1,000. That's still 112 points. I guess it's a 5-minute chart, ain't it? Well, anyway, there you go, guys. So I'm going to wait on for now. Things could change as we, just depending on what happens, depending on what price does and depending on where we're at, if we're in or not in yet based on the macro that's yet to come. But yeah, I like this. I like the setup as of right now. We're not looking like we're going to show much respect to the daily order block. Enjoy the rest of your guys' Tuesday. No trade taken for me so far today. This limit is set. I will definitely keep you guys updated. You already know how it goes in the Discord. And we'll see if we can get this set up. And if we end up having to look for something else, it'll be after, in my opinion, the move is objective has been met. And see if we can look for longs a little bit later after some liquidity has been taken out and things like that. So I'm just going to leave this limit set for now. I'll keep you guys updated. And just an FYI, again, not trading tomorrow morning, not trading Thursday morning. Wednesday and Thursday this week are going to be PM session days only. All right? If you need anything, reach out, guys. Enjoy your Tuesday. I will talk to you guys later in the Discord. Peace out, everybody.